A soldier's leg would be pierced with sharpened bamboo sticks if they stepped on this hidden pit during the Vietnam War. Another common trap was a grenade hidden in a can. It would be connected to a tripwire placed near the ground. And once the soldier accidentally walked into it, the wire would pull the pin on the grenade attached to one of the ends. A similar trap had a spear attached to the end of a tripwire, designed to pierce through the chest once activated. In 1990, a pilot got sucked out of a cockpit mid-air, with only his legs preventing him from being fully ejected. The plane's windshield had suddenly broken off, causing the cabin to become rapidly depressurized. A flight attendant managed to grab the pilot's legs and held on as the co-pilot attempted to stabilize the plane. His head was repeatedly striking the fuselage, and the crew thought he was dead, but they kept holding on so his body wouldn't fly off and damage an engine or wing. After about 20 minutes, the plane landed, and miraculously, the pilot ended up surviving. In 1964, a woman lifted up a car that had fallen on her son all by herself. This is called hysterical strength, and it happens when the body releases large amounts of adrenaline in response to extreme stress. This rapidly increases blood flow to your muscles, giving them more oxygen and energy, and it allows for brief moments of incredible strength that are usually impossible under normal conditions. If you shove a stick in the ground and rub it with another stick, there's a good chance that worms will start to crawl to the surface in droves. This is because the vibrations mimic the sensation of rain, and worms like the rain because it allows them to move around better on the surface without drying out. So when they sense these vibrations, they think it's rain falling on the ground, which causes them to come out and get caught. In 2018, a group of boys were exploring a cave in Thailand when suddenly the tunnels flooded with water and they became trapped. They were over 2 miles deep, and the flooding caused the tight tunnels to be completely filled with water. After 10 days, rescuers finally found them, but they had an extremely difficult time navigating the tunnels, and unfortunately, one even died during the operation. Because of this, they couldn't find a way to get the boys out safely. Their last option was to give them a sedative to knock them out, fit them with diving masks, and transport their unconscious bodies through the tunnels one by one. All 12 boys and their coach were safely rescued after 18 days underground. This procedure begins with a doctor taking a piece of your tooth and creating a prosthetic lens. And it's performed on patients who have a disease on their cornea that causes it to become opaque. This blocks light from reaching the retina, causing them to lose their vision. To fix this, a doctor will take the makeshift prosthetic lens and implant it into your cheek. This allows blood vessels to develop inside that will keep the tooth lens alive. And after several months, this tooth lens acts as a new clear window through which light can enter your eye. If you look inside a wart, you'd see these tiny black dots. And a lot of people think that these are seeds that can grow into more warts, but that's not actually the case. You see, as the wart begins to rapidly grow on the skin, the body responds by increasing blood supply to the area. But as the blood vessels extend, they sort of plug up because of how fast the wart is growing. And this makes them look like tiny black dots. When a performer walks on burning hot coals, you might think they just have a really high pain tolerance. But if this ritual is done correctly, it actually shouldn't hurt them at all. You see, they use a specific type of coal that is made from wood. The first layer burns down and creates a surface of ash that insulates the heat, keeping most of it trapped inside. And as the performers walk fast over the coals, they make sure their feet only stay in contact with this top layer for a short period of time, which is how this ritual is done. This nose job begins with a surgeon making a small incision across the bottom of the nose. This is so the skin can be peeled back, exposing the bone and cartilage. The goal of this specific procedure is to reduce the hump on the bridge of the nose. The bone and cartilage are carefully shaved down, reshaping it into a smoother, straighter bridge. Once they're finished, the skin is draped over the new bridge and the incisions are stitched up. If you stepped on a World War II landmine, 3 prongs hidden just beneath the surface would immediately sense the pressure. This pressure would release a striker pin, activating a fuse. Then, an initial explosion propels the mine upwards, reaching about waist height. In the air, the fuse reaches the main charge inside, causing the mine to explode. The casing shatters, ejecting metal fragments at high speed in all directions.